So we can see that we sort of have like 360. So right now, going this way, I'm gonna try to position my boat to head straight to Chicken Key, and I'm gonna hard press that button, changes the light color, and it should keep me at this direction of the motors and this speed in cruise control. Now, as you can see, I'm already tilting to my left. So when you have a lot of conditions like this, I hope it doesn't get nasty, because this waves or no noise. Look at that. I'm gonna sit inside, dude. Where are your PFD, dude? So we can see that the waves are hitting us from the side, and we're going towards sort of straight and 3.3 miles an hour. I saw 3.7 earlier, just a second ago. 3.4. So that's sort of like 3.7 right there, you see it. 3.6, sort of like real normal, not normal, because I mean this is not kayaking weather. I like to say, if you want to have a good time fishing out there, this is not right here normal kayaking weather. I know the GoPro is gonna flatten out, look, it's gonna look like calm sea, but look how much the boat is jumping. Look at the camera jumping. Like, this is not ideal kayaking weather. I shouldn't be here with a sitting side, but hey, that's me. You know, I have a PSD. My PSD boat flips over. I could just walk to land and figure it out later. that'll be an interesting video for sure. You don't have to keep this thing pressed all the time, like I was saying earlier. You could just put cruise control and cruise control it. Problem I'm having is that there's a lot of waves and current and stuff, and that's just not gonna work like that, because it's gonna push me to where I don't want to go. So I'd rather control it. If I do need to let go of my hand, like the remote, because I'm fighting a fish or something, then I'll do that. I'll set it on cruise control, but for now I don't have to. I want to do an experiment. I want to paddle this craft with the motors going straight. Whoa, 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 whoa. I don't know, guys, but I think I'm going 100,000 miles an hour. Whoa, dude, like I'm going fast. Let's check it out. It's 3.4 right now. Let's give it a little bit of speed. 4.9, 5 miles an hour. 5.1. But I don't know why it felt like I was going faster than 5 miles an hour. And I was going 5 miles an hour. Maybe because of the conditions here being nasty and all. I just discovered something. I have it in cruise control. Chicken Key's right there. I'm sort of tilting to my left. So I'm gonna just put the rod on the water and use the pressure from the rod to steer the boat and kind of like keep me going the way I should go. Cool stuff, man. Same thing, like reeling in is gonna push me to the right. Now it will want to course correct to my left, which is not a bad thing, because this is gonna keep me, it's gonna take me to the end of Chicken Key or to the beginning, depending on where you're coming from. And I want to go to the left in the middle of that cut over there, say hi to Akuda, and do my test right there. I need to find waters that I could test it. The wind supposedly is blowing from the east going towards the west. Chicken Key should block all that wind that would allow me to do a really good test of this boat. See, it's already tilting me to the right, I mean to the left. So just gonna cast again and use this right here. And the cool thing about this motor is that I could see this getting really shallow, and I could just tilt the arms up a little bit, and the motors are so tiny that you could operate in really. Oh god, we got something. I think I could stand up on this boat, but I'm not gonna, because it's sitting inside. It's kind of like a canoe. It's gonna be tilted, TP and stuff. I'm not gonna do it here because I have valuable in here. So look how beautiful this place looks, man. Look how nice. This is like pristine waters right here. Can't hear anything. This is nice. Now I just need a cuda to show up. Stinky cudas, when you don't want to catch them, they show up in maxes. When you want one, for whatever reason you may want to have a cuda, I don't know, they don't show up. Stinky cudas. Man, I want to stand up so bad right now. 4:29. It took us 30 minutes to get here, and I think I stopped on the way. I think it's 1.5 miles to get here, so it took us that long to get here. 30 minutes. There were some grass issues and things like that, but like 30 minutes to go here to Chicken Key is not bad at all. See all those fish activity over there? Those are probably cudas. It's not. That's not bait fish. It could be bait fish, but I see some mojarras actually. Mojarra. I see some mojarra around here too. All right, so we don't have a lot of time because this GoPros are gonna stop recording soon because it's hot in here. All right, guys, so we got the Kayak Motor on the back. I wanna just show you how it works. I don't have a rudder on this Loon 126 by Old Town. Don't have a rudder. So how can I do this? How can I turn to the right and face the sun? How can I go forward if I don't have a rudder? How can I right now turn to my left if I don't have a rudder? How can I go in reverse? Oh wait, a rudder will not make you go in, you know, it's not gonna help you go in reverse. How do I just stop in one place? What if I want to go to my right and go forward? What if I just want to go in circles? The secret is this. This is like a drum, guys. You see, it points forward, right, left, reverse. Pretty cool stuff. Now I want to walk you through some of the stuff that you can do with this motor. Now I can't just go over everything because you could do so many things with this thing. Like I just had a crazy idea about, you know, Gollum and the river. You can motorize anything with this thing. It's a strap. Let me show you how. Earlier today we were at Bixpy National Park with Matthew and his brother Michael. They created this little motor called the Kayak Motor. Let's go ahead and put it in. It's already pre-designed to pre-measured to go here. You want to put it as far as you can, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna strap it using the straps that I already put in here. We're gonna put it through, bring this so what you got here is you got the straps holding the motor right here, the straps underneath, and then you have a safety strap right here that's gonna hold it as well. So inside here I got their own battery. So this battery, it doesn't come with a motor, you have to buy it separately or source your own 12-volt battery, which I recommend unpowered lithium batteries, and use coupon code Aliex5 so you can save 5%. There's a lot of copycat batteries out there. I've been running unpowered for ages, and guess what? They're still running. Not only that, they stand behind their product 100%. Great customer service. You're not gonna get any gimmicky stuff. They're not gonna disappear tomorrow. So yeah, maybe you could save a few, maybe $1 here and there if you buy from Amazon, but at the end of the day you may lose money because those batteries, you're not gonna get the same customer service the same warranty, the same anything that you will get from an amp hour lithium battery. Not only that, when you buy it and use my coupon code Aliex5, you're gonna save 5% and help support the channel. Hear that? It sounds like a drum. That's how you know you have power. So now that you saw that how easy it is to set it up, I want to go ahead and run some tests. But before I do that, I want to like reach out right here and make sure that I don't have any grass. There's no grass there. Just bring it down there. I don't think I have any grass on this one either. The motor doesn't have like a speed 1, 2, 3, half speed. It doesn't show you the water, none of that. So you're gonna have to put it on your boat and sort of get a feel for it. If I could clean my hands, I could get access to my app. So I just want to show you guys right now. If I go right here, if I go straight, and I'm barely touching it. You see the motors are engaging. I'm just going super slow right now, 1.2 miles an hour. So if I press a little more, you could hear the motor. You can see how fast it's going by pressing it. 2.1 miles an hour. You hear that, right? Now we're gonna go over some grass. Some of the grass got stuck in the motor, but as I showed you earlier, you could easily clear it up. So let me just push it forward all the way. I'm about to hit the mangroves. What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? What? I'm about to hit it. No way. Will I have enough time to engage the thrusters and go in reverse? It looks like I did it. Wow. I got out of the mangroves and I was able to just turn the boat around. That's super cool, man. I'm just gonna push it forward, straight forward. Both motors are engaged and going forward, and we're hitting 2.9 miles an hour. I don't feel like this is even close to being the maximum speed, but I'll show you what the maximum speeds are anyways. Now we're sort of like cruising at 3.2 miles an hour, and if you let go of the motor control, what happens? The motors shut off and you go, oh my god, do I always have to hold this thing? That's not very, like I want to fish, right? That's the whole point of putting a motor on a boat, on a kayak, right? Because you want to fish. Well, fear not. Once you set your speed and you want to go to this point, let's say you want to go forward and you want to go keep at this speed, 3.2 miles an hour, 3.3 miles an hour, you press this button here, you let it go, you see it change the color, and now it's gonna keep you at that speed on that duration. That doesn't mean the boat is gonna track on that duration, because this doesn't have a GPS, but it's gonna maintain the position of the motors and the speed of the motors going forward. So you can see we're hitting 3.9 miles an hour, cruise control 3.8 miles an hour. Now I want to go back to disengage the speed. You gotta press this again, and these buttons are hard to press because I don't know, it has some weird plastic there and it's very difficult to press. So I'll recommend that you get some sort of like gloves or something if you're gonna be using this motor, because see that there? It's not, Now the reason why it's doing that is because I turn on the spot basically, and some of the motor was kind of like they go in reverse, they go forward, whatever they do. I don't know what they do, but they do something. Like in order to turn on the spot, one motor had to go in reverse and the other motor had to go forward, right? So that's why this one was going reverse and that one was going forward. That's why you were able to turn, or I was able to turn. So we're going now back there, because what I want to do is I want to push it at the maximum speed that we can get, and I want to show you, I want to go towards the sun, and I'm going to show you the reverse speed, because this thing goes in reverse really nicely. Like, to get you out of this spot quickly if you have to, like if you're about to hit a boat or something, or something bad is happening, you could easily go in reverse. But before we go in reverse, I want to show you how fast is the maximum speed. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure the boat goes super straight. Look at that, it's going straight. Right here, it's going straight. I'm gonna go ahead and cruise control it. It's keeping the speed. I'm gonna let it run. Not touching anything, no turns, nothing. This is where we're gonna get the true maximum speed. we can see that it's sort of tilting to the right, and it's hitting 3.9 miles an hour, 3.8. It's kind of like the speed that we were going earlier. That's kind of like the maximum speed. So a lot of little motors like this, you go 80% of the speed, like 80% of the speed the motor could go to, and it will be, let's say, 3.4 miles an hour. You go 100% and it's like 3.5 miles an hour, but that 20% difference means you're taking away 4 or 5 hours away from the battery. So the best thing is to find the sweet spot. Maybe 3 miles an hour is your sweet spot, and this battery that comes integrated with this motor is able to last 3.5 hours at maximum speed. If it's a 50 equivalent. But hey, if you you don't have to source their battery. If you want, you could use your own battery, and if you want to support the channel, use coupon code Aliex5 and get an amp outdoor lithium battery, because those are amazing batteries. But let me tell you something, there's an affiliate link for this motor and the battery that I get a higher percentage, but I believe in amp outdoor so much that I want to recommend them as well. So get the battery that's gonna work for you. This battery right here, according to the owner, you're able to get a little more speed than you would if you get a standard battery, and we're gonna test that. But anyways, I still recommend amp outdoor lithium battery because they're the best. 4 miles an hour we just hit right there. See, 3.9, 4 miles an hour. That's super cool. The first time I had this motor on the water and I went in reverse, it felt so nice. I'm gonna give you kind of like a speed test of how it goes in reverse. 3 miles an hour, 3.4 miles an hour. Did you see that? 3.5 miles an hour in reverse. That's cool, man. That's super cool. 3.4 miles an hour. Whoa. I don't know what I was thinking. I thought the high tide was gonna be now. It's actually low tide. At 8:45 it's low tide. I already noticed that the tide is going down, like it's much lower than when we came here. This thing works on very shallow water, as you can see. You could bring this up right here and kind of like put it right there, but you also have to play with the, you know, the position of the kayak, right? I think that's too high up, but you could bring the arms up and or down depending on where you want it. I think that's perfect right there. No, gotta be a level lower. And all these things you can memorize for, like, for your kayak, the settings for your own kayak. You can see at what level you need to put it. You can see where the strap goes and everything. You can set it up that it's ready to go on that kayak and work perfectly fine. When you get a new kayak, just take it through, fit the motor on, see what it takes. See the lowest that you could use it at, all the stuff, and make it work. The higher the motors are up on the water, the better. I mean, not above the water. Now let's go ahead and head back, and I'm gonna try to catch a cuda close to the launch spot. So we hit shallow water. I'm gonna turn the motors off. I'm gonna bring the motors up. Boom, right there. Easy. Just gonna grab my paddle and paddle. And I'm on a seat on top kayak that is a joy to paddle. So I could go in really shallow water and just go through, no problem. But right here, I'm just cruising on the way back home. I have my paddle in my hand to kind of steer the boat. I don't want to be touching the remote. I mean, I can't, as you know, I cannot control where the boat goes once I put it on cruise control, and I don't want to be holding the remote. This is like my relaxing time. I'm basically going back home. I have the paddle up here. I could just easily, boom, turn to the left or right, just course correcting my course with the paddle, no problem. And I could just go and, you know, just sit back and relax and enjoy boating, basically, but better because it's a kayak. And if we hit shallow waters over there again, we're sort of like in a channel right now, just crank up the paddle. That's why I didn't put the paddle away. I'm not mad today that my paddle's in my hands, because I could do this, right? You're turning a little bit. That was a big waves. I mean, that was a big piece of grass. You see grass? Just grab it. Like if you're in a grassy area and you see that grass is gonna hit the motor, just like grab it. I just thought about that. They are super cool, man. I've been running it all the way from Chicken Key here, and you can see that it could get really shallow. Those winds could get really shallow. It depends how your boat is. I don't know, like this boat rocks a little bit, so it's gonna be a little difficult to find the perfect spot for this. Like to find the lowest, like the highest it could work at, right? Where I'm operating this motor right now, it's very shallow. A PDL drive, a Bixpy, a Torpedo, whatever, you would have to take it out already because it's very shallow. But look where it is. It's touching this thin grass right here that it's not gonna clog it. You can still operate it. Like, this is crazy. It's a cool, I mean, it's not the best motor out there. First of all, the remote needs a lot of work. That may be a problem for a lot of people. It's hard to use these buttons. It maxes out 4 miles an hour, so it's not gonna break any records. So if you need to go faster than that, you're gonna have to get a Torpedo or a Newport vessel. The mechanism of like being able to cruise control it, but then you're not able to change the speed, you're gonna have to like redo it again. Like something like the Bixpy will be easier to control like that. The straps, they give a little, so maybe you want something that is a little more like secure. Again, it has a strap. I don't know if there's other ways to attach it to the boat. Probably there is. You could probably like drill or bolt the mount to a boat. I want to put it on other boats. I want to like compare it to other motors that I have, and I want to see. I could tell you right now today, the motor is out for $800, and if you could just source like a small battery, let's say like 30 hours from Amp Outdoors for like $200, that combination $1,000 is really good, because you basically have 360 on any kayak, on any paddleboard. You got 360 control. Like right now I'm going this way too much, right? And I just turn to the left and I reposition myself. So if you're working a place that you want to stay on, instead of reaching for the paddle, you could just get the remote, and you could do that while standing up. Basically, it's faster. Like, I don't care if you have a paddle holder or anything like that. Putting the paddle down and grabbing it again, it's not as fast as what I'm doing right now. We need to catch a fish, man. Right here, see? I'm about to hit this mangrove. I want to stay around here. Just turn it to my left again because the current is pushing me back. If I had to be using the paddle, I would have to like get it from there, find a place. It's gonna make noise. It's not as nice as you think it is. Moving water or moving current and stuff like that. If it's like a dead lake that nothing is moving, well, yeah, maybe just grab the paddle if you don't want to make any noise. But like, you basically have 360 control of your boat. You know, like Hobie 360, that they charge you like $5,700 to get that sort of like, what the heck was that over there? They charge you that money to get that kind of like 360 stuff. You could just get a paddleboard and have a Hobie 360 on it with this motor. A trolling motor that has 360 GPS and all that stuff, that's heavy. You cannot put it on any boat. It's difficult to install in many places. This, you don't have to drill. You just grab and go. You just put it on and you go, just like that. Damn, the sun is right there in front of me. I don't see anything. I saw something jump over there, something big. I want to catch something before I go, man. Fishing has been difficult here in Florida, and I think it's probably the amount of people fishing, pressure, number one, and number two is the weather is changing. It's hot. It's super hot, so those fish are probably biting really early in the morning or really late, like just when the sun is coming down. And I know there's somebody on Instagram posting right now that they have the best fishing day of their life, but that's one person. Okay. Okay. Perfect example here. Let's use this motor to get my lure back. So right now I'm going reverse. And I want to get over there. I don't know if it was a good idea to fry this mangrove here with the rod. Good thing it's an ugly stick, man. Ugly stick don't play, man. Ugly stick don't play, man. Don't fall in the water, rod. Good thing it's a Shimano Stratic. It doesn't matter if it gets wet, should continue to work. But man, seriously. Well, total boat control right there. That's epic, man. And it didn't cost you $5,000.